Welcome everyone to the first round of the Unlimited Racing 2D Championship Season 3. Today, of course, we have to start with qualifying here in the desert of Bahrain. Not many changes from last season. However, there are still a few changes. You can see those changes in the pre-season video which I made. Also, before I get into qualifying, I'd really love, if you could join the Formula One community, the Formula One, server. Basically, there's a server, and races will happen every weekend on both PlayStation and Xbox. Link is down below. Anyways, let's get into the qualifying for the first Grand Prix of the season. Mercedes, they're looking really quick, even in pre-season. They really surprised us. And Alfa Romeo, they have got their upgrades in. It's going to be really interesting to see you can do what. Obviously, Alpine, they're still the dominant force. Pre-season, they were very, they were horrible, they were shocking. Especially, last year, winning all the races pre-season. They didn't even win the race. Anyways, getting the first pole position of the season is George Russell. Charles Leclerc second place with Esteban Ocon out qualifying, Pierre Gasly. Sergio Perez 5th with Max Verstappen 6th, Carlos Sainz 7th, Lando Norris 8th, Alex Lynn 9th, and Alexander Albon 10th. Nico Hülkenberg 11th with Lewis Hamilton, good enough for only P12. Could this potentially be his final season in the sport? Callum Ilott P13, Kevin Magnussen P14, Daniel Ricciardo P15, Mick Schumacher P16, Lance Stroll P17, Yuki Tsunoda P18, P19 being Valtteri Bottas, and P20 Nikita Mazepin. Let's get into it. 5 lights up, lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. It looks to be an okay start from everyone. Russell still has the lead. Ocon's going to try to go around the outside of Leclerc. Gasly now is going to try that. No. None of them get the moves done. Leclerc, though, is making the move down the inside. Is he going to make it stick? I'm not sure. Whilst that's happening, Esteban Ocon's in a really close battle with his teammate. George Russell, though, finishes lap 1 in the lead, followed by Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc. He's only in P5 now that Max Verstappen's overtaken him. But remember this, Leclerc is on the hard tyres. He is on the hard tyres. Russell and Alpine are definitely the favourites, as rain is on the way. Rain in the desert. How often do we see that? Whether drivers will pit now, I'm not sure. But if there is rain, that has definitely destroyed Leclerc's strategy. Especially if they're pitting now. They are. That's destroyed Leclerc's strategy. He started on the less grippy, on the slower tyres, which are meant to go long distance. This has been a very short distance. Yeah, everyone pits just at the right time. Unless if you're Valtteri Bottas, who's still on the track. Is that Bottas? I think Bottas is still going on. Yeah. Bottas is the only driver not to pit. Why could that be? He's staying out. Everyone else is pitted. This is a weird situation because George Russell has pitted onto the wets. However, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, basically most of the field, all of the field actually, are on the dry tyres. George Russell, he pits again. He's got a really big lead though. George Russell's in the pit. He's had to make an extra stop. It's going to be really close. Will Russell make it? Esteban Ocon gets past him. Esteban Ocon takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Russell, though, is going to come back at him. Down the inside. Esteban Ocon gets overtaken by George Russell. And the gamble has paid off. The one-lap gamble has paid off. Russell retakes P1. Leclerc and Verstappen's going to have a look. No, Verstappen can't get him. What about Lando Norris? Don't count him out of the situation. Oh, Norris is going to go down the inside of Ocon as Verstappen goes down the inside of Leclerc. Norris is going to try around the outside. Doesn't make it work. Now Esteban Ocon's got a really good run out of turn 3, but he can't make anything out of it. Now, actually he's fallen into the clutches of Alexander Albon. Pierre Gasly, though, from nowhere just breezes past his teammate. Up at the top, though, Lando Norris is in a very, close battle with Max Verstappen. Verstappen making the move on Charles Leclerc, making the move stick. I think some drivers will pit now. Yeah, most of them. Gasly stays out obviously because he's on the hard tyres. But look at the gap George Russell has to Pierre Gasly. Very, very big one. Very large one. After a really good season, Hulkenberg's been kept. Norris round the outside. Good move on Charles Leclerc. Didn't expect that, I'm not gonna lie. Norris uses some to catch up to Max Verstappen. Will he make the move stick? No, he won't even have a look. The race leader's in. George Russell's in. Let's see his pit stop. Gasly also pits, so it looks like George Russell will keep his lead. George Russell's always loved Bahrain. Statistically, he's got the most points, more points than anyone on the grid around this place. Last year, obviously, we had that George Russell race victory, and then we had, Carlos Sainz getting his first ever podium. Leclerc, though, is going to want to get Lando Norris. It looks like, going down. Oh, never mind what I'm about to say, because Russell's had a second opportunity. Norris is going to use his to stay ahead, and Lando Norris indeed does stay ahead. But Leclerc, just look at the straight line speed, breezes past Lando Norris. Max Verstappen, though, Season 1 world champion. Well, Season 2 was very tricky for him. And it looks like Season 3 may be another tricky season. With the Force India guys, I think they're really, saving the upgrades for the rule change. Saving them money for the rule change. Yeah, the field is really spread out. However, a few drivers are pitting. It looks like it's Norris and Leclerc. Perez is also in. I think they will have to make one more stop. Esteban Ocon gets past them. Will Albon get past them? Albon gets past Norris and gets past Leclerc. But Albon runs slightly wide and holds up Lando Norris while Charles Leclerc breezes past him. Leclerc down the inside. Can he make... Oh, he manages to get the move done on Esteban Ocon, but not Lando Norris. Verstappen's in. Gasly's in. George Russell, though, he stays out. I think he will be pitting in the next 2 laps. Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris breeze past Max Verstappen. But now Verstappen, of course, he's on the fresh rubber. Norris, though, has been in a really close battle with Charles Leclerc. The fact that Norris is able to battle Leclerc, that's really, really promising. Especially for next season. Leclerc, though, gets past Lando Norris. Russell's in. He should keep his lead. He makes his final pit stop of the day. Back on the hards. Gets a bit caught up with Nikita Mazepin. But he leads this Grand Prix. Lando Norris P3, P4, P5 being Gasly and Verstappen. Verstappen though down the inside. What a move from Max Verstappen. Gasly though down the inside. He's going to risk it. Oh no. But there we are. Look at the Mercedes straight line speed. Mercedes has got him. Leclerc's in, Norris is in. So what I'm feeling here, you know, I'm feeling that Gasly is going to stay out for the rest of the race. He's not going to pit. As is Max Verstappen. Leclerc and Norris are going to be rapid though. I think Leclerc will be able to get both of them actually. Norris, it will be harder as it's slightly further back, but we'll see. Norris is on the hard tyres also. I don't know why they didn't put him on softs. One team who's doing really badly though, Alfa Romeo, where's their pace gone? Have I made a mistake or something? Or have one of the team's upgrades not gone through? Because this is not Alfa Romeo pace. As I say that, Charles Leclerc now has managed to gain on Max Verstappen. He's going to have a look down the inside, down around the outside of the turn 10. But no, doesn't make it work. Turn 5, sorry, turn 5. Managed to get the move done though now. Now, Pierre Gasly. He'll only be in P2 for a few more corners. Daniel Ricciardo, if Ricciardo can keep Charles Leclerc behind, which I don't think will happen because Gasly's made a mistake himself. Gasly's made a mistake. Leclerc's managed to pounce for it. And it looks like even after the horrendous pre-season testing that Alpine had, getting 3rd and 4th, it looks like the win, the 1-2 could be coming home. However, rain is forecasted on the final lap. It being forecasted and it actually happening is different. Bottas pits. Russell stays out. He's making the gamble. He knows that other drivers are in the same position. Now rain has arrived. Leclerc and Russell and all of the dry runners, they're all going to be struggling. Hamilton unlaps himself. Gasly's tyres are gone though. I think Norris may be able to take, you know, P3 away from Gasly on the last lap, although it's going to be tight. And it's not just light rain, it's actually fairly heavy rain on the final lap. There. Can Norris get Pierre Gasly? It's going to be really tight. No, he can't. Not for now at least. However, whilst that's all happening, George Russell made the gamble. The gamble paid off twice. George Russell wins in Bahrain for a 2nd year running. Charles Leclerc manages to bring home P2, but P3 has been decided on the final corner. Lando Norris makes the move for P3 on the final corner. Pierre Gasly P4. So close. Sergio Perez P5. Max Verstappen P6. P7 Alexander Albon. Oh my days. Fairly far away. P7 Carlos Sainz. Is he going to get it? Carlos Sainz Alex Lynn, just about managed to beat Alexander Albon. Carlos Sainz P9, we know what the Alfa Romeo is capable of. And I'm sure they're going to be getting more podiums this season. It's like they just didn't turn up for the first half of the race. The second half though, more like them. The result doesn't really show what Alfa Romeo have, and I guess you could say the same for Mercedes as well. It's going to be really close. Williams, Sergio Perez doing a really good job. However, his teammate Mick Schumacher good enough for only P14. Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari sandwich of Hülkenberg and Magnussen, with Ricciardo P15, Tsunoda and Ilott 16th and 17th, Stroll 18th, Mazepin 19th, and Valtteri Bottas 20th. Drivers wise, looks the same. It's the first race of the season, nothing changes. Constructors wise though, you get the first glimpse, the first taste who's going to be battling who, which drivers are going to be where, which teams are going to be where this season. As predicted, Alpine, they're going to be the big daddy. They're going to be the force to be reckoned with. Reigning world champions, and they're going to be looking to do back-to-back, the first team in history to do back-to-back. That's what they're going to be trying to do. Mercedes P3, I think this year they're going to be, obviously they're going to be faster, but they're going to be battling definitely with McLaren and Alfa Romeo. I think Force India, they're going to be slightly behind. Williams they're going to move up definitely, I think. Ferrari 7th, I'm not sure whether they're in front of Haas yet. With this performance, yes, because Magnussen, new driver in the seat after Robert Schwarzman was dropped. He's done a really good job so far. Haas 8th, Red Bull 9th, and AlphaTauri 10th. Thank you for joining me for the first round of the season in Bahrain. Second round, China. Don't forget what I said about, joining the F1 2020 server, obviously, if you have the game. I really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you for watching this. China's the second round of the season. Can't wait to see that. Goodbye.